To Honor and Obey by Laurie O'Connel. A solo game about an Arthurian lady protecting her own. You were granted this keep only 2 months ago. Well, your husband was. A gift from King Arthur. And yet today your husband has left you, pregnant with his heir, to answer the call of adventure. The people here have no particular loyalty to you. The crows are flocking, and you know that your enemies are plotting against you. But this is your castle, and you will do your best to rebuild it and keep it strong. You're on your own. Good luck. To play, to honor and obey, you will need a tarot deck, a piece of paper, and a set of tokens of any kind. Separate your tarot deck into 5 decks. Major arcana, wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. Act 0. Establishing the set. My strength is the sun, the hope of what grows within me, the promise of his future. My enemy is the fool. A man who appears to be innocent can act as he pleases in the dark. Act 1. Pentacles. You kiss him goodbye, playing the dutiful wife until he's gone, like so much dust on the wind. He is blind to the battles he is leaving you to fight by yourself. The bards will sing of him, but never of you. You are alone. 7 of Pentacles. As he rides away, I recall an old chant from my grandmother. By oak and ash and thorn, hence will come the dawn. Can it be true, even now? Page of Pentacles. Still, there is some enjoyment that can be had. With my husband gone, he cannot disapprove when I go hunting as the men do. I must take care, of course, but joy must be found somewhere. 4 of Pentacles. I turn back from the gate and spy a man at the window. The fool, I call him in the privacy of my head, but he is anything but. I will need to watch him carefully. Act 1. Epistolary. Write to your mother. Dear mother, my heart aches to see my husband go. It is as of the setting of the sun. The keep feels cold and dark, but I know you would tell me to weather it, as dawn will come. There is much to do in his absence. I must show my people that I can rule them in his stead. I desperately miss your wisdom and strength. Please do come to visit soon if you can. What useful advice does she give you, if any? If you enact it, place a token upon your strength. Act 2. Swords. You survey your keep and the surrounding land and find there is much work to be done. You can't help but think it was hardly a generous gift from your questing king, with only very limited resources. You will have to do everything you can to rebuild without showing weakness. You're being watched closely. 2 of Swords. I take stock of what we have. It's not much, but in my husband's desk I find the truth of our position. We were granted this keep not as a reward, but to send my husband away from court because of them. Indiscretion. He's not here. I can do nothing, but I fear this anger will fester. Queen of Swords. My next discovery is perhaps worse. A necklace left in my bedchamber, ostensibly a gift, but even with my small magical skill I perceive its curse. It would rob me of the babe within me, and thus my future. It is a bold move, and it worries me. I hide it for now. The curse cannot touch me if I do not put it on. 6 of Swords. My first challenge. A blight is in the village and they request aid. We must respond, but it will be a hard winter unless I can find allies elsewhere. Act 2. Epistolary. Write to your husband. Decide how much you tell him as a dutiful wife. and how much you hide from him as a woman protecting your own interests. Flip a coin. If the answer is heads, he replies to your letter. If it lands on tails, he ignores you, or it never arrives. Dear husband, I miss you sorely. The child grows well, but the people feel your absence. I pray you are safe, and for your quick return. He does not respond. Act 3. Cups. You've been carrying out your duties as best you can, but carrying on as usual will not be enough when your enemies are manoeuvring against you. 9 of Cups. Poison. Discovered by utter chance in the kitchens, so I cannot even determine the target nor persuade anyone of the dread in my heart. My enemy moves again, and I cannot prevent it. 8 of Cups. I find, however, that the cook is fond of gossip. I have made a friend of her, I think, and I hope she will be useful in these dark days. 2 of Cups. I have relied on my steward, but fear I can do so no longer. He is the fool's cousin. Must I have no true allies in this place? Act 3. Epistolary. Write to the Queen. Using your best courtly manners, show the Queen why she and her husband were right to trust you with this piece of land. If you dare, tell her about the whispers you have heard of those attempting to move against you, and ask for her assistance. Your Majesty, may I express again my gratitude for the generous gift of this keep. Though my husband is absent, I am striving to make him proud by building its strength in his stead. Please do let me know if I can be of any assistance to you, and thanks. Act 4. Wands. Too many months have passed since your husband's departure, and you have not heard anything of when he might be back. The hour of reckoning will soon be upon you. Your enemy must move before your son is born. Page of Wands. Path of attack. You wake one morning to a terrible commotion outside, a motley gang of bandits and thieves, momentarily organized into a cohesive fighting force by rumor of a soft target. My worst fears are realized. They wear the colors of the fool. Finally, he shows his hand. We must repel this threat. I understand now why he insisted on a celebration for my birthday yesterday. Most of the guard are still hungover, but not all. I take up the defense myself, rallying the men and leading them against the threat. It is not enough. The fool has won his prize. I have surrendered and so live, but I will not live long without aid. I intend to flee. It is the only way. I must reach the court in Camelot and plead my case. You have not been born in a time when your fate can be solely in your own hands, but you have always had choices, and they have always meant something. And that's the story. I hope that was fun to watch. It's interesting to do a sad ending, or a sort of incomplete ending. I think that was a really interesting way of telling the story, and I sort of wanted to. You can a little bit in this game the system and sort of decide, whether you want the enemy to win or not. There's a little bit of sort of wiggle room in that, in terms of the prompts and how you want to respond to them. But when I drew the fool at the end, I was like, well, there's no gaming that. This was really fun to put together, this one. I bought this candlestick from a charity shop specifically for this. It's really pretty, so I hope you've been enjoying that as much as I have. Please don't at me on costuming or anything. As always in these solo RPGs, I'm trying to sort of evoke a thing, and it was really fun to sort of put together a little bit of pieces, and bought this. This is just a shirt, secondhand, which is very fun, has very cool sleeves. But yeah, that's it. I really enjoyed sharing this game with you, and I hope that you find an opportunity to play it, or even any solo RPG. I think they're really nice ways to spend a little bit of time alone, just kind of thinking about stuff, and an excuse to kind of get a little bit dramatic. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And otherwise, take care, and I'll see you on the next project.